MMA Hole's got 1 million views, 317 watch party. What the fuck? How the fuck did they get that many? How did they get 1 million watch back views? That is insane. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Yeah, don't understand how they did that. They were literally live at the same time. They had nowhere near the amount of live viewers, but they have a flat 1 million views on it, I guess. Intriguing. Thank you for the $2. Do Turner and Hooch, DJ as Tom Hanks, you as the dog. Again, I don't know what Turner and Hooch is. That's like a 50-year-old man reference sheep herder, which makes your pathetic little insults in here even sadder, mate. Damn, he got 1 million views on his live stream, and his top comment has 6 likes. Wait, look at the comments. Okay. Good for him. Do his thing, man. I'm not going to bait anyone out. He can do his thing. Thank you very much for the $5. Thoughts on Ank saying Pereira wants to wait until Ramadan to fight? Based. Using Ramadan as an excuse and hindrance to his life, Ankalaev. I'm sure his God will be happy about that. No, I'm joking. No, I don't think Pereira wants to wait until Ramadan. I think he wants to take enough time to prepare for it. Because I think Pereira knows if he loses this one, his aura is gone. Impression of YN Nickelback tribute band. No, singing their hit song, Demograph. Look at this demograph. Every time I look, it makes me laugh. How does 13% represent 50? No. No, we're not doing a Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson fucking thumbnail about Django. He's not going to be Mr. Stevens or whatever his name is, Steven. And I'm not Mr. Candy or anything. DJ as a kid, Goku, and MMA Guru as Majin Buu for thumb. I don't know what that is. Thank you for the $2. Do Men in Black, Pulp Fiction, or Django for... Yeah, Men in Black would be good. I know what you mean. Or Django. No, I'm not Dr. Schultz and he's Django. No. No. If we're going to do a Django one, I'm going to be Candy, Mr. Candy, and he can be Stevens. Or Stefan, or whatever his name is. Jones, week-long Valentine's bender, shat her ass G. Thank you for the £2. Yeah, I think the next one could be Men in Black. People forget, man. John Jones is gay and he's a marauder. He is. We need Dana to just trash John forever now. He won't, but we do need him to. How does Prime Wonderboy versus Ilya go? Ilya probably chins him. I'm not even joking you. Just like Pettis did. We need to glaze Ilya the way we glaze LeBron. Makes me proud to be 5'7". There you go, dude. Manlits are up right now, dude. Ilya's representing him well. I tell you. You should do Dana and Jones would be very fitting. Dana and Jones? Yeah, maybe. I mean, we could try a few different things. He's Gus Fring, you're Huel. Again, I don't know who they are. I'm assuming it's something to do with Breaking Bad. I've heard the name Gus Fring before. Dana needs to offer John a supply of coke to get him to fight Aspinall. He does. You need to supply him a few other things as well. Baby oil, those pizza boxes that Jones needs to take out before they get there and start their investigation. There's a few things that need to go on before we can get that fight ahead. Guru Lad, can you sing Hold Me Now? I don't know what Hold Me Now is. I don't know what song that is. So I can't do it, I'm afraid. I cannot fulfill your request. I can't breathe in this room. Did PKA reach out to you? No, PKA never reached out to me. Do Shrek and... So I'm done. I'm done. I'm good. I'm not chasing. You know what I mean? I wanted to. And it would have been cool to do, but I'm alright. I'm alright now. Do Shrek and Donkey or Mike Wazowski and Scully? Yes, those are also options. Yep. We could do those. You call me old? That comic is from the 50s. Yes, exactly, you decrepit old fucking dragour. You're literally fucking a resident of Bleak Falls Barrow, mate. Impression of MMA Guru saying John Jones is my goat. Can't be done. Dude, I literally can't get oxygen in. It's crazy. CAIN versus Stipe, second half of 2016. Who wins? CAIN versus Stipe, second half of 2016. Who wins? Stipe. Could you do Kung Fu Panda and Monkey for the next one? No. You could have chose any other sidekick, dude, of Kung Fu Panda. Come on. Woody said on his stream today they want you. Then I'll do it. But I don't like being strung along for a year like this, dude, where I'm in a perpetual state of limbo on whether or not I'll be able to go on. I don't like it, dude. I like being treated well. Can you do George Floyd and Derek Chauvin? No, we can't do that one. Is there a window or door you can open? No. Thoughts on Liver King punking Joe Hogan? He didn't punk him. But O'Malley's rendition of it was actually quite funny. Everything and everything. Anything and everything. I hear Islam is moving to light heavyweight. This is a true statement. This is a very, very true statement, to be honest. I do concrete and my foreman got our apprentice drunk today after work. We're producing alcoholics in real time. Thoughts? Yeah, you're a laborer though. You're supposed to be an alcoholic and smoke cigarettes. Like, if you're focusing on making sure to live a really healthy lifestyle and not have any other kind of problem with, like, drinking or gambling or partying or doing this or that while you're a laborer, you've got your priorities all wrong. All of your addictions and problems are to figure out once you find your way out of the rat race. Until then, your addictions can merely get you through the fucking rat race a little bit better. So it's probably good that they're alcoholics. And they should drink a little bit. Or they'll just fucking end their life being a sober fucking concrete mixer. Let's be real, dude. Trying to go... I mean, I'm sober because I can work from home and do this for a living. But trying to do that shit while being a fucking bricklayer, I'd fucking... Yeah, I mean, that would be fucking pointless. That'd be such a dreaded life. Though it's true about laborers. Yeah, dude, smoke some cigarettes, man. You know what smoking cigarettes is for laborers? I actually don't think you'd be able to do the job if you didn't smoke cigarettes, because they'd just be expecting you to work non-stop. Cigarettes just become a reasonable excuse to take a 5-minute break now and then. Like, people at my job when I was younger used to smoke cigarettes just so they could have an extra, like, half an hour of break time a day, spread out throughout the whole day. Like 6 5-minute breaks throughout the day. Or even more than that. They would get like an extra 40 minutes off of work every day over me. So we'd all have a half an hour lunch break. And then they would have like an extra 40 minutes split up into like 8 5-minute breaks throughout the day where they just needed to go out for a cigarette. So it just, you know, it helps them in that way. Even though the pack of cigarettes arguably costs them the amount of time that they saved. Save Ben Askren or have Ilya versus Islam at MSG. I'm sorry, Ben. We've got to have Ilya versus Islam Makhachev. How much money did you raise for Ben Askren? I have no idea, but probably a lot. And you know, DJ said on the pod, yeah. So we're thinking of doing this thing, and I was like, "What are we doing?" And we offered Ben Askren, and then we were talking about how we can like raise the money and then match however much is donated and give it as money. And he was saying, "Yeah, that's what we're gonna do." And I literally told him on the pod, I said, "Who's we here?" So I'm here to get my money out of this podcast. So who's we? And then eventually I gave in and said I'd do it for Ben Askren. But I don't remember signing up for this when I saw that when we set up this podcast, buddy. Giving away all my fucking paycheck. But fair enough though. I hope Ben Askren does well. Jones can finish 1,000 men faster than Bonnie Blue. He can. And he's done it before. He's the one who inspired her. She said so in an interview. You do Lethal Weapon, you would be Mel Gibson, white guy, and DJ would be Danny Glover, black guy. Or of Mice and Men, you can tend the rabbits. Yeah, it needs to be something where even if our faces are swapped, though, you can still tell exactly what it is. Which is why I think Men in Black would be a good one. Because once you remove Mel Gibson and Danny Glover's face, you don't know who they are, you know what I mean? Whereas the two suits is like, oh, this is Men in Black, you know? Does Ilya's anterior pelvic tilt have anything to do with his power success? I think so. Duplessis has the same thing. So does Alex Pereira. Thank you for the $5. Yes. Anterior pelvic tilt does seem to produce more power off of the explosivity. Check Yuri's response to Ank on the tweet. I did see it. I saw it. Anytime you want me to take you to school or be your teacher, let me know. If not, I'll fight Carlos. University is done. I know you didn't finish primary school or whatever he said. Why does Islam need to put on weight? Already walking around at 190. Does he need to wait really to win? No, he's putting on weight on his, like, minimum frame. So he's going to cut down anyway. He just wants the weight that he has when he cuts down to be a little heavier. So he walks around at 190 because he walks around with probably an extra 5 pounds of body fat on him. But once he trims that off by the end of his training camp, he wants to make sure that he's not the same weight that he would be at 155, you know? So he's probably going to move to, like, 10 pounds muscle up if he can. He probably can't do that, but he'll try and get as close as possible to it. 10 pounds of muscle, 5 pounds less of a weight cut. Beautiful how you recognized 10 pounds of muscle is hard. Yeah, I mean, if you're natty, I mean, trying to put on 10 pounds of real lean muscle across a couple of months, it's just not going to be possible. Wario and Goomba. Thank you for the 2 pounds, dude. That could also work. Wario and Goomba. Yeah, you're correct. Indeed. Indeedings. In bloody deedings, are you not? In bloody deeding. Paddy got taken down by Chandler and cracked on the chin a few times. He did. But not really, though. He got hit a few times and Chandler uses big, massive strength movements to get him down, but he didn't really get to any dominant position. Remember you carried the build-up to UFC 305 so hard you nearly died? Yeah, Duplessis Adesanya, right? I wish I never nearly died for that. It was actually, it became sort of a part of the story, but dude, I could have caused such a fucking bunch of noise on that fight week if I was healthy for it. And even for the fight companion, I only could show up for the end of it. So bad. Franklin and Michael Trevor from GTA, that could also work, yep. Do you think GAETHJE could ever be a top 15 now that he's training with the fighting nerds? Maybe. We'll have to see if his next fight has leveled him up as well, because if it has, by God, those fighting nerds are onto something. Do you as the Hound and DJ as Tyrion Lannister? No. Or I could be Sabron and he could be Tyrion Lannister. That'd make more sense. Thank you for the 2. Or I'm Hodor. UFC should give us TOPURIA versus GAETHJE to give us another quick fight, plus pad his record with KOs. Justin's attitude with Ali has been so cringe lately. They're not going to do it just purely because of his attitude, though. I know you think, ah, that would be good if they could punish him by having him lose to Ilia TOPURIA for talking shit about retirement. But no, that would just give GAETHJE what he wants. And it would, you know, that's not a punishment. It just needs the chance to win. Hot take, Huffy butchers Ilia stylistically. Dude, I'm going to tell you something right now. Mauricio Huffy nearly fucking lost to James Lontop. I don't care what fucking excuse you have. He has a wheel kick KO over Bobby Green. It's a really nice wheel kick. I can't say that he'll destroy Ilia as if I haven't seen him nearly fucking lose to James fucking Lontop. Okay? Ilia, on any circumstance, would flatline and absolutely destroy Lontop within a minute or 2. I'm sorry. Okay? That's just how it is. So let's chill out on the whole Huffy discussion until he's actually beat someone good and put some consistency together. Guy at my primary school was called Sonny. Was he a gypsy? That's typically a gypsy kid name. Sonny. Imagine if Guru passed out on live stream. I won't. I just seen your Moik round 3 takedown reaction. I couldn't look at the screen. I couldn't look at it. It hurt too much. Why is DG Loke a casual? He's not a casual, but no one's going to know as much as me. That's what I'm realizing on this. I'm like, damn, dude. I really am the all-knowing guy. Thank you for the 2. He's not a casual, though. He watches the fights. He just can't watch all of, like, the Dana White post-fight press conference to see what he said about Arman. I know what you're talking about, though. But he can't watch everything, dude. He's got a fucking family. And I'm a fucking loner, so I'll watch everything, you know? Fight night, you as Isaac Frost, DJ as Andre Bishop. Okay. People underestimate how massive Paddy is. He's huge. Every time TOPURIA and Oliveira, a skinny, weaker lightweight. He is skinnier than Pimlet. Yeah, he's not as strong. Clinched, TOPURIA got pushed around easily. Paddy's smart and will grapple fuck the much smaller man. I don't see Paddy winning, but I do agree that Pimlet is, you know, a problem. Any thoughts on the Jake Paul fight? Chat, they're real fights. They're just shit opponents, and a lot of boxers are shit at boxing. So I think they're the real fight. They are real fights. He's just not that impressive against them. You know? I don't think Julio Cesar Chavez is being paid to hold back on shots. I think they just ain't got it against Jake Paul. Not that Jake Paul's really good. I just think these guys are, like, very shit. I've seen Julio Cesar Chavez get schooled by Anderson Silva. Like, Jake Paul obviously beat him. Stop, like, saying, oh, this guy's so shit, of course Jake's going to beat him. And then when Jake beats him, say, oh, they paid to lose. He's actually really good, this guy. No. I don't know how that energy shifts. The fight gets announced. Everyone says, wow, old man obviously going to lose to Jake. He's terrible. Look at his last few fights. He's awful. He's going to lose. And then when he loses, they go, rigged. How did he lose? Like they were expecting him to win. Like, no. Jake Paul's just picking guys that he's better than at this point. So that's what it is. But I don't really care about Jake Paul's fights unless he fights like an MMA name or anything like that. He should fight Darren Till. He'd probably win. Impression of Till wishing he was Chris Watts. Oh, fucking hell, lad. I don't know who Chris Watts is, lad. Oh, I do know who Chris Watts is and why you would mention Till about that. Yeah, about me daughters, I don't care. Don't care about them, lad. Can you do Mowgli and Baloo from Jungle Book? No, I don't think we can. Pay-per-view's expensive, dude. I owe you. Impression of Gay Connor. Somebody fucking sniff a line out me gooch, mate. I don't know. I can give it a 2.